Eevee.
Puppets.
No. You can wish it, but it won't.
There's foxes. Eevee is so far in the Pokedex. Oh, we?
It just mostly gets bigger. I think the ears.
I like how it has like this yeah look to its face.
It looks like it's just going to it's going to destroy you. So what does the Pokedex say about it?
The Gigantamax?
Yeah. And we got even friendlier and more innocent. Eevee tries to play with anyone around, only end up crushing them with its immense body.
Gigantamax energy up to the fluffiness of fur around Eevee's neck. The fur will envelop the foe, capturing its body and captivating the mind.
I just like this humor. It's even more friendly and more innocent.
What does Gigantamax Pikachu say?
Gigantamax? I like the Pokedex still is really silly. I blame Raymond.
Bright and highly toxic scales.
It says supposed to trap a tornado that could blow away a 10-ton truck. Finishes them off with his poisonous scales.
That's very Japanese exaggeration.
It's very classic Pokedex. I almost wish we looked through Pokedex entries of the Gen, because it's the Rotom Dex. The Rotom Dex is still here.
This Pikachu wears its partner's cap, which is brimming with memories of when they first met. And then, yeah.
Challenge to the whatever. Its Gigantamax power expanded, forming its supersized body and a towering hit. When smashed the opponent with its bolt-shaped tail, nothing interesting with Pikachu. Eevee has the real Pokedex entry.
Yeah. That's because Eevee's the real mascot.
It devours its opponents with its hair, mind, and body.
Hotter than 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit when Charizard roars. That temperature climbs even higher. So anytime it roars, it just gets hotter. Colossal flame.
For a super hot, just a random super high number, 3,600 actually seems pretty reasonable.
4 billion.
Yeah, that's what you normally get.
Yeah, so let's read through some of the Dex entries.
Yeah, and but it's not just of what I want to look through. It also has new entries for old Pokemon still. I wonder if there's
yeah, but that'd be hard to.
It would.
Look through. Oh wait, we could look at Ponyta though.
But eats.
And Wheezing, since I found Wheezing.
And of course,
first.
the ghosts are always really over the top. Long ago, during a time when droves of factories fouled the air with pollution, Wheezing changed into this form for some reason.
And
so it consumes particles that contaminate the air. Instead of leaving droppings, it expels clean air.
Ah, so
it gives off reverse waste.
Yeah, it's a good.
That's why he's a fairy. He's like he's anti-poison.
Yeah, he's a cleaner. Although it's very weak to poison,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
It normally
but Dark is weak to fairy.
Yes, it is. But he's not weak to poison because he is poison.
Alright, and then Tony.
Small horn hides a healing power. A few rubs from this Pokemon's horn, any slight wound you have will be healed. This Pokemon will look into your eyes and read the contents of your heart. If it finds evil there, it promptly hides away.
That's why it has Runaway or whatever.
If you're evil, well, it has Runaway because it's a brave and prideful. This Pokemon dashes airily through the forest. It steps aided by the psychic power stored in the fur on its fetlocks. That's where it stores its psychic energy, not in its brain, but in its hair. It has hair energy. Little can stand up to its Psycho Cut. That sounds very anime. Unleashed from this Pokemon's horn, the move will punch a hole right through a thick metal sheet, even though metal is resistant to psychic.
But Psycho Cut isn't a new move.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna say that's.
But it's its signature because it learns psychic. It's not very. It's physical.
So, but question is, Galar Ponyta friends with
No, it only appears in Shield.
But why? But why?
Because version exclusive.
But why?
Kitty.
I know. I was talking about Caldeo.
I mean, they probably don't know each other.
But they have the same ethics.
So they must.
Trigger a beat, produce, carry, vitalizing energy to the plants and flowers in the area.
So
It has plant music.
Yeah, just hit things with a stick and the plants like it.
Yeah. Even if it's plants that you're hitting with a stick.
He's a magic boy.
Attacks, rapid beats of a stick. Well, we'll just look at some of our favorites, because we're not going to read all
a lot of these are very
you.
Pokedex. Like old Pokedex. One of the best drumming techniques becomes the boss of the troop.
It's gentle disposition.
I mean, he seems like a good guy.
He look happy. There's a lot of, like, music-themed Pokemon in this one.
Yeah, like you can make the Pokemon band.
Yeah. They want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Scorbunny. Warm-up of running around gets fired. You can see or coursing through this Pokemon's body. Once that happens, it's ready to fight at full power. So once it's run and made itself a little bit tired, then it's ready to fight.
Well, it doesn't tire.
It has special pads on the backs of its feet and one on its nose. Once it's raring to fight, these pads radiate tremendous heat.
That doesn't sound like a useful place to generate heat on
so
your
it's
nose.
not a bandage. It's just
a heat pad.
Yeah, he just.
So if it is like heat nuzzle.
So this is Izzy.
I see that very strongly.
Yeah, every time I see that, all I can think is that looks like Izzy. If it had dreadlocks, it would be Izzy. And Izzy doesn't even have dreadlocks.
It kicks berries right off the branch of trees and then juggles them with its feet, practicing its footwork. Oh. I mean, so it's a show-off.
Thick and fluffy fur protects from the cold and enables it to use hotter fire.
It is the Izzy Pokemon.
Yeah.
It juggles a pebble with his feet.
Just one.
Turning it into a burning soccer ball. Its shots strike opponents hard and leave them scorched. How do you make a soccer ball out of a single pebble?
It's a stone, Luigi.
It's a football!
Luigi chisel football.
Like, a pebble is way too small. Skill at both offense and defense. If it starts showboating, he could put himself. Let's check his defense. I could question that. His defense is okay, I guess.
They're okay.
His offense is good.
Special attack is not very good for the fact that it's a fire type.
Yeah, but its signature move is physical.
And it's straight fire, which was the thing that was interesting.
They're all straight types. Which I don't object. Though I feel Inteleon could have stood to be a dark type, but again, then I guess it would have been too Greninja.
Oh, Greninja's a dark type?
Yeah,
oh.
He's a ninja.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just
when scale this one on cries, its tears pack the chemical punch of 100 onions! And attackers won't be able to resist weeping.
When it gets wet, its skin changes color, and this Pokemon becomes invisible as if it were camouflage.
So when it cries, he hits you.
Invisible. It becomes invisible as if it were camouflage. Shouldn't it be becomes camouflaged as if it were invisible?
100 onions.
You know what everyone's hearing.
Sorry. Hey, this is important. I don't know what you're all about. Clever combatant battles using water balloons created with moisture created from its palms. It's intelligent and lazy, and it lays traps everywhere. So he's kind of a ninja. It has many hidden capabilities, such as fingertips that can shoot water and a membrane on its back that can use to glide through the air. It shoots water at Mach 3. So yeah, it can
I do feel like this could have had Protean.
Because it's a chameleon?
Yeah.
Why? It's a chameleon! Damn it, why doesn't it? Oh, you probably have some really stupid entries, because it eats berries non-stop-ack, a habit that has made it more resilient than it looks. It'll show up on farms, searching to create more. So it eats so much, it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't like you. There's just berries with this tail. So many berries that they fall out constantly. This Pokemon is a bit slow-witted, so it doesn't notice the loss.
So it's a dumb Pokemon.
Yes.
It can shoot through the toughest berry shells.
That doesn't impress me much.
Rookity.
He's probably a cool boy. It'll bravely challenge any opponent, no matter how powerful. Alright, so it's like Tailo in that. It benefits from every battle. Even a defeat increases its strength a bit. It's a Saiyan. Smart enough to use tools in battles. These pull him and seen picking up rocks and flinging them, or using ropes to wrap up enemies. Because there are a lot of ropes just lying around in the Galar region. The 8 feathers on its back are called blade birds. And they launch off his body to attack those independently.
Shin's really happy he found that.
That is a very arbitrary and anime thing. So its feathers can just fly about independently, and they're called blade birds. That's really stupid.
With Gigantamax energy, its wings whip up winds more forceful than any hurricane could muster.
The gusts blow everything away. Everything.
All of it. Reigns supreme in the skies, the Galar region. A black lustrous steel body could drive terror into the heart of any foe.
Yeah, black is actually a scarier color than red.
Mm-hmm. And with their great intellect and flying skills, so it's a smart Pokemon, which makes sense because it's a crow.
Yes.
These Pokemon very successfully act as Galar region's airborne taxi service.
But they're a terrifying taxi service.
And they're metal.
They're scary taxis.
You have to ride on their back, and they're like all metal, and unless they have like fancy saddles for Corviknights, which I'm guessing they probably do. But the Gallard's number 23.
I like how they have a place in the National Pokedex still.
Even though it's never going to be relevant.
Probably not.
There was something else. Also, it's called Corviknight. I guess ravens are corvids, so it still makes sense, but it's a raven.
So are blue jays.
It is cool that they subverted that. This totally looks like it would be a dark type Pokemon.
It looks very villainous, but apparently it's very noble.
It's a good subversion of expectations. I like that.
Burp.
You want this
nerd? Often guard. This Pokemon has hairs on its body. Let's see. The constant collective information this Pokemon is very smart. Very strong is what it isn't. Thank you, Rodon Dex. This Pokemon sucks.
Oops.
Thanks. I wonder what this is about Goomy now.
About Goomy?
Yeah. I know Goomy is often the Pokedex often disses Goomy.
Why?
I don't know. They say it's the weakest dragon, even though it's statistically equal to many others. Because most of its body's water, it will dry up. If it's arid, it is considered the weakest dragon Pokemon. The horns are powerful sensors. As soon as Goomy picks up any sign of enemies, it hides. That's how they've survived. So yeah, it's just like, no, this Pokemon's weak, even though it's not. But Pokemon's back contains its tiny brain. It thinks only of food and escaping its enemies. It's coated in a caustic slime that can melt through anything.
Which means that it just sinks into the universe's...
And it melts itself, too.
Center,
it's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
You and your superlatives. Its form of offense is forcefully stretching out its horns. It strikes land 100 times harder than any blow from a heavyweight boxer.
I love this!
Sometimes it misunderstands instructions appears dazed or bewildered. Mage trainers don't mind, finding this behavior to be adorable. So, I guess canonically, Gudra isn't the brightest.
But is very, very sweet.
Sometimes it's dumb. Well, I guess, basically, it's a diss.
And so you said that Dragonite is not in?
Correct.
Is Hydreigon?
Yes, it's the version alternative to something.
I was gonna say, because Hydreigon seems very relevant to Europe.
Yeah, I don't. But... Three heads take turns sinking their teeth into their opponent. Their attacks won't stop until their attack goes down. It bites anything that moves. There's still stories of villages that were destroyed by Hydreigon. So basically,
It's Trogdor.
He's a jerk.
He's Trogdor.
And whereas Gudra...
Well, he's a dark dragon, and they decided that dark means it has to be evil instead of just...
I mean, in Japan, it means it's the Aku type.
Yeah, which means evil type. Even though rogues are not evil, but they definitely would be dark type.
Yeah, well, they're not... This isn't the rogue type. It's the jerk type.
A rogue would be a dark type,
yeah.
But rogues would not necessarily be evil. Let's look at Toxicity.
Oh boy.
Actually, he looks like Flynn.
Kind of. He looks like... I'm getting vibes of... Oh, one of those newer Sonic villains that no one cares about. out of control after its own poison penetrated its brain. It tears across the land in a rampage, contaminating the earth with toxic sweat. That's very unfortunate. Excessive electric energy is its weapon. It can build up more electricity than any thundercloud.
And those, let's see here.
There's an electrical organ on its chest. It fills its surroundings with what sounds like the strumming of a bass guitar. This short-tempered and aggressive Pokemon chugs stagnant water to absorb any toxins it might obtain.
It can only generate 15,000 volts of electricity. Can't Pikachu generate like 10,000?
When this Pokemon sounds as if it's strumming a guitar, it's actually clawing at protrusions on its chest to generate electricity.
But it's still a punk rocker.
So edgy. But yeah, when it Gigantamax, it sweats all over everything, and everyone has a bad time. You.
And then, what's the Zigzagoon evolution?
Obstagoon. He does a blah. Evolved that are experiencing numerous fights, while crossing its arms, lets out a shout that would make any opponent flinch.
But only if it's crossing its arms.
Its voice is staggering in volume, so it has a tendency to take on a threatening posture and shout. This move is known as obstruct.
Okay, but here's the other thing. If this is really based off of Kiss, and more specifically Gene Simmons, why doesn't it learn Flamethrower?
I mean, maybe it can.
It does learn Lick. That makes sense. Yeah, let's see if we can learn Flamethrower down here.
Why does Lick cause paralysis?
Because... Look, if someone licked you out of nowhere,
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
you
be able to
feel
revive
paralyzed? You can learn Fire Punch, but not Flamethrower.
Pin Missile's a TM? Well, it might be a
Yeah,
TR.
Pin Missile's been a TM forever.
No. I mean, it wasn't first gen, but it wasn't for after that. Screech is a TM?
Yeah, no, and
I wanna
those
see
are
what the
TMs,
TRs.
not TR.
Yeah, the TRs are probably the better moves now. Thunderbolt. Nope, but it can learn Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolt.
Seed Bomb.
But it can't learn Flamethrower. That's really perplexing overlooking, seeing as Gene Simmons was known for blowing fire on stage.
But now he blows lightning. Impidimp.
And one more, and then we'll go on to doing something else.
Impidimp.
Where is he?
Down. Oh, up. You're the other down. Down. He. Through its nose, it sucks in the emanation produced by people and Pokemon when they feel annoyed. It thrives off as negative energy. So it snorts negativity.
It actually is an imp.
Seeks people's homes, stealing things and feasting off negative energy of the frustrated occupants. Okay, I like this guy. He's a jerk. I don't like him. When it gets down all fours as if to beg for forgiveness, its turn to their opponents so that it may stab them with its spear-like hair. Some people believe it has the power to make crops grow.
Why?
I don't know.
That seems like a really random addition.
By transforming its leg hair, this Pokemon delivers power-packed drill kicks that bore huge holes in Galar's terrain. It's caused more hair to sprout all over its body. With this added strength, it can jump over the world's tallest building.
Just because it has more hair. Is that parodying Dragon Ball?
Maybe? Its hairs work like muscle fibers. When they are unfurled, they latch onto opponents, ensnaring them as tentacles would. With the hair wrapped around its body, it can overwhelm even Machamp. I mean, it's fighting and dark, so it's neutral to Machamp. I'm sure when you
It's
use
fairy and dark, you mean.
Fairy, yeah, it's neutral. But Genes has fairy-type moves, which could overwhelm Machamp.
Machamp is a skrunk.
He has a face. Are you even in this gen? Yes, you are.
Oh yeah, there's actually a
The
Gigantamax.
Oh! It's him, but he's bigger.
And he's got glowy red hands.
He doesn't really change much.
Oh, his like mohawk thing gets really tall.
Kind of tall.
Macho mate.
There's a Unix energy coursing through its arms, making its punches hit as hard as Bomb Blast. So how hard is a Bomb Blast? One of these Pokemon once used its immeasurable strength to lift a large ship that was in trouble. It then carried the ship to port. So yeah, the Machoke family seems to have a history of being helpful.
Yeah, nice guys. They're also the... Wait, it doesn't have Sword and Shield entries for the other ones.
What? Maybe there's no regular Machamp. Maybe there's only Gigantamax Machamp. Maybe if he's not giant, you can't have him in the game.
Oh, see, that makes sense. Alright, so we're going to switch gears to something else that's maybe a little more compelling than us scratching our heads.
I challenge you to Puyo Puyo.
No, I'll lose.
Oh, well, I mean, that's part of the game.
Yeah, but I don't want to lose.
Oh.
Alright, we'll be back.